Hello everyone, welcome to my lecture, and my name is Shelly Tian. My Chinese name is Tian Yuxin. You can call me Tian 老师. Today I'm gonna be the teachers to show you around how a Xi'an peoples live a one-day life in Xi'an, and that's where our topic comes from, a snapshot of life in Xi'an. First, you take a look at the PowerPoint here. These are my students, and we just finished our class, a short-term class like you guys, what you are taking now. And I hope these winter vacations will bring you a gorgeous trip of Xi'an and Chinese language courses. Now, let's take a look at our lecture. How people live in Xi'an. As for me, I lived in Xi'an the city for around 20 years. I used to study abroad for 7 years, but after I finished my degrees, I come back to my city immediately. I love this city, and I think living in Xi'an can be one of my fortunate things in the life. So, what does Xi'an look like, and how people lived here? Let's take a look at those pictures. First one. This is an open-air market. People love shopping in this type of market. They love bargaining, and they love to compare or contrast different kinds of vegetables or goods. After buying things, they may go to the park. They may practice calligraphy. Sometimes they use the different type of pen. Sometimes they use the typical Chinese traditional calligrapher pen. We call it 毛笔. It's made of animal's fur. But sometimes people, they may use a really big or gigantic pen and hold them in the hand to draw the calligraphy. We will dive to that later and take a look at it. Then people love walking or riding on the city wall to take a look at the sunset. And sometimes they may gather with their friends to sing the Qing opera. The Xi'an local food is definitely a good thing to taste. Chinese hamburgers is from Xi'an. Bell Towers is a city icons for Xi'an peoples. If one day you come to visit Xi'an, you will definitely go to visit this site. People love reading. Bookstores and libraries are the good place to visit during the weekend, sometimes even after the daily walk. Xi'an peoples, they love dressing the Tang Dynasty dress or the Han Dynasty dress. This beauty in the typical Chinese traditional dress are dancing a traditional dance. She is one of the famous Xi'an internet beauty, and we will go to see her videos later in this lecture. Now, let's take a look at how these courses can give you some information about Xi'an and the people here. We're gonna talk about the outdoor morning market, then go to see the diversified breakfast, then the parks and some outdoor entertainment activities. After that, we will definitely go to see the famous bookstores and the libraries. Those are Xi'an people's favorite places. Last but not least, we will definitely go to see how Xi'an people spend their night. Well, usually, they will spend their night not only at home with the family members, they may also walk in the famous the interests of places, and we will see the video clips later. Now, let's start our trip here. Outdoor morning market. In this map, we can see that this outdoor morning market is located in the corner of Xi'an Old City. The name of this market is Dangzi. You may ask the question, why this market is really famous? Are there any other markets in Xi'an? I believe that's a really good question. There are many outdoor morning markets in Xi'an. In different living area, there always are set an outdoor morning market for the people to buy, for example, vegetables, fruits, or some daily goods. But Dangzi is different from others. Dangzi was set up in 1000 years ago. If we back to the Qing dynasties, Dangzi was already in Xi'an city. In the old time, Dangzi selling different types of things, like vegetables, fruit, sometimes the goods. And nowadays, Dangzi become another really famous place for Xi'an people to visit in the morning. Take a look at the clip here. Many people go to Dangzi and they try to buy the vegetables and the fruits. All the vegetables or fruits are really fresh. They were cargoed to this place in the morning and prepare Xi'an people's morning. Definitely, there are some other things can be found in Dangzi. If you take a look at those bracelets, the necklace, and the small jade thing, we can know that people can also find some interesting small things, interesting small items in Dangzi. How people love it. Let me tell you a story. If you take a look at this picture here, in this picture, this boy, he is helping his mom to selling the vegetables. This is his summer vacations. Every day in the morning, he helps his mom to take all the vegetables from the countryside to this Dangzi, then start their mornings here. Well, definitely, the boy, he is in school. He usually takes the summertime to help his mom out. This picture is another story. This gentleman, he is selling diversified of necklace. Although those things are called necklace, but it does not mean people can only wear it. Many people try to play them. For example, we can tell those necklaces by different colors. The green necklace here is made of jade, and this a little gray necklace here is made of a seed of a special tree. Not only women love those necklaces, but men, they love to buy them and raise them by playing them. So it's one of Xi'an people's hobby to get those necklaces. Definitely, in the open air vegetable market, we can also find some fresh flowers, vegetables, fruits, and some old stuffs. For example, this Buddha. Peoples, they may sell their old stuffs in Dangzi. It's not a hard thing to get a vending in Dangzi. But if you have special things, people will definitely come over to your vending. So, Dangzi doesn't open every day, Only Thursday and Sunday, Xi'an people can go to Dangzi. These routines make stunts more pressure. Lots of Xi'an peoples, even the new Xi'an residents, love to go to Dangzi, try to find out some special things for themselves. For me, my family was not far from this Dangzi when I was young. Every Sundays, my grandpa usually took me to Dangzi, and we usually buy a lot of fruits and vegetables. So Dangzi is also part of my memory. After the open-air market, lots of Xi'an peoples, they gonna start to feel a little bit hungry. They may think about, where shall we go to get some food? Now let's talk about the food part, and it's also one of my favorite part. The breakfast in Xi'an here, it's a banquet. First, if you take a look at this picture, it looks red and a little bit dark. It's sweet. If you are a sweet tooth, you definitely need to try this breakfast. It's made of rice cake, and on top of the rice cake, there are jujube paste and the red bean paste. When people have it, we usually add some sugar or honey in it. It depends on your taste. If you really love sweet things, you can also put some cream on it. This is a typical hamburger here, but this hamburger, we also call it bread. This one is different from Chinese meat hamburger. This one is a good food for the vegetarians. You can see the fillings. The fillings are made of the slice of potato and tofu. When people try to get one veggie hamburger like this, you can ask the sellers that you love the spicy or not, or do you want to add some sesame paste or not. And you can also choose diversified of vegetables to make your breakfast healthier. This breakfast is one of my favorite. It's soya bean milk with the cutted fried twist dough. It's not sweet, but usually it's a little bit salty. Xi'an people think, if you have this twist dough, if you drink the soya bean milk, and one more thing, if you take another eggs or 2 eggs, if you take another egg or 2 eggs, that means maybe one day you can get 100 for your tests. So the reason I love it is that it may bring me a lucky to get the full scores in my test. Wonton here, it's a typical Chinese breakfast in the whole China, but it's not the local food in Xi'an. Some people they love wonton is because wonton looks like 饺子, looks like dumpling. This beef maroon paste soup with fried twist dough comes from Xi'an. Xi'an peoples love this breakfast. Some peoples, they have to go to work at 8 o'clock, and they usually wake up at 6 or 6:30 to in the line of the breakfast vending to buy this beef maroon paste soup. One day you come to Xi'an, you will definitely try it. Now, let me introduce my favorite breakfast, and I call it meatball paste soup with hard toast bread. This soup is made of vegetables and meatball. Usually people have it with the hard toast bread. Sometimes people may also have it with the Chinese meat hamburger. And I will show you a video I shot it 1 year ago to take a look at one of Xi'an's famous brand restaurant, Tong Sheng Zhai. How do they selling this soup and the Chinese hamburger as well as other Chinese food? Okay, so you have been seeing the video clip, and I hope you have a general idea of how people made the Chinese hamburger and how do we have the meatball paste soup. If you have the chance come to visit Xi'an, you feel free to come to me and I will show you the road, how to go to this place. Now, it's the time to take a look at of the parks and some outdoor entertainment activities. In the map, these rectangulars are the old city area. And if you see this dark part, it's city wall. In Xi'an Old City, we have 4 different gates. One of the famous gates is the Southern Gate. We have a lot of performance and activities in the Southern Gate Park. Well, outside of the city wall, there are a round of City Wall Park and the City Wall River. People love to go there to spend their day. If you take a look at the pictures, you can also see that these small green parts, they are also famous parks in Xi'an city. Now, let's take a look at all these parks and know how people's doing activities in the parks. City Walk. People love riding bikes or walk on the city wall. City Walk opens for all the peoples in Xi'an or peoples all around the world. And especially in the night, when the lights is on, you can see the really traditional Chinese buildings, which is called 箭楼, the iron towers. It's used to protect the city wall. The Around City Park. In this park, people doing the morning exercise or some workout here. As we know about the parks, now it's the time. Let's take a look at some outdoor activities. Now, let's take a look at the video clip to introduce you how the old generals to change the gate guard. This is a changing gate guards show at the Southern Gate. It will bring you back to the ancient time in Xi'an. Okay, I hope you like this video. Now, let's talk about the outdoor entertainment activities. These activities usually happen in the parks, so that's why we have to introduce parks first. In this PowerPoint, you can see that we have the Taiji Quan, the web crepes, the Qing opera, dancing at a square, and Chinese calligraphy. We have 5 types activities here in the park. Well, definitely, we have other types of activities, but those 5 activities are popular in Xi'an and are really welcomed people all over the world. First, I will introduce Taiji Quan to all of you. Taiji Quan is not only for the senior citizens. Nowadays, many young peoples, sometimes adults, they love playing Taiji Quan. They think Taiji Quan can help them enhance their body situation and make them healthier. Well, definitely, not only Chinese people love playing Taiji Quan. Some foreigners, they are also the experts of Taiji Quan. I will show you a video clip to see how this master to show his Taiji Quan. Now, let's take a look at this video clip.
哇，漂亮。哇，潇洒潇洒。
This video clip was shooted in a garden. The people who is playing the Taiji Chuan is a Taiji Chuan master, and his Taiji Chuan was learned in China. When a Chinese visitors come to this park, he feel really interested in this master's Taiji Chuan, because not only his appearance, but his skills. If you pay more attention to the crystal ball, which is fixed on the top of his head, you can see how he tries to strike the balance about his body. And that's why people love playing Taiji Chuan. Taiji Chuan can help us, first, to keep the balance of our body, and second, it will make us healthier. So if you want to learn some Taiji Chuan, please let us know. We would love to teach you some. Dancing at a square is another really famous or favorite activities for Xi'an people. But these activities may not only for women, men also like it. Now let's take a look at the video how Xi'an people dance at a square.
大家好，我们现在在西安城墙南门外的王府井底下。王府井底下有晚上的话非常热闹，有很多跳广场舞的。这边就是地铁口，咱们到前面去看看，有各种跳舞的，有交际舞的，有扭来扭去的那种舞蹈形式，各种舞蹈形式都有。
This video tape was shooted in Xi'an, and you can see that dancing at the square is for a group of people. Sometimes not only Chinese people like it. Foreigners also want to know how to dance at a square. It's a different type of dancing and is more hilarious. Now let's take a look at those 3 foreign students. How do they learn dancing at square? Are they dance better than those people?
他们已经开始跳起来了，很投入。
好难。
Okay, this part is really funny. While I'm watching it, I feel really interesting, and I hope this video clip may bring you many happiness. Chinese calligraphy. Chinese peoples, they usually write calligraphies on the paper, but not all of them. Old peoples, they love to practice Chinese calligraphies in the park, especially on the ground. Let's take a look at the following video clip to see how do they write on the ground and what type of pen do they use. Okay, as I introduced at the beginning of the lecture, they use a different, or we can say a bigger pen, and they grab the pen with the whole hand, and they try to write each stroke really solid and make a really beautiful Chinese character. I know some of you already learned the Chinese characters, or you may also interested in learning Chinese calligraphy. So one day you come visit to China. I think we will share the learning of calligraphy experience together in Northwest University. Work out web cracking. This web cracking thing is not a weapon, but it's a really important or useful workout exercise for the senior citizens. Before we know the reasons of why people love it, we first take a look at the video clip. When you're watching it, please pay more attention to the arms and the legs, and to think about how this web cracking things can help train his body. Now it's the time to see the video clip. Okay, I believe all of you already figure out the reasonings here. When people doing the web crackings, first they need to use their muscles in the elbow. Then to make the web crackings out, that's gonna train the muscles in the arm part. And second, have to move smoothly forward. So that means they need to have a solid foundations by using their legs. So it will also train the muscles in their legs. See how great the web cracking things can help people to train their body. So that's why people like it. After we know how Xi'an people's doing some workout, we also need to know where do we peoples read and where do we learn some knowledge. In the bookstores and the libraries. In Xi'an, we have a lots of bookstores and the libraries. There are some of them are really featured. First, Xi'an bookstore is one of the biggest bookstores so far in Xi'an, and we're building another one which is bigger than it. So when you come to visit China, I think the bigger one will be ready to use. Second is Wanbang bookstore. And last but not least, Shanghai Sanlian bookstore. In Xi'an bookstores, they have a really big wall to store the books. Young children with their families, they will take the public courses, sometimes learning English, sometimes doing the culture lectures in the common rooms as well. People, especially children, love the reading activities or the language activities in the bookstore. Now, let's take a look at the video clip. And this girl introduced the Xi'an bookstore to all of us. It make me feel I am in the bookstore. And Xi'an bookstore is also one of my favorite store. And definitely one day I hope I can show you around there. Wanbang bookstore is another big bookstore. It's for the children. Many children love to doing some, for example, online courses or sometimes reading books in these bookstores. They also have the conference room, which is open for the people to rent. Sometimes the reading club host, they love to start a meeting here for all the book lovers to share their brilliant ideas in this bookstore. Last one, Shanghai Sanlian bookstore. This bookstore is not only famous for the books, but also for the set of stairs. The set of stairs are made of crystal. People love to take pictures sitting or walking or standing on the set of stairs. So they think it's icons for Xi'an. Well, this year, Xi'an started a self-service library. People, especially the citizens who are living in different areas, they can take advantage of the self-service library to read or study in it. Now, let's take a look at the video. The video is about a self-service library which is located in a living area. The residents in this living area love to spend the time with their families readings in this library. The dialogue is in Chinese, and if you don't understand it well, it's okay. We have the English subtitles. Now let's start to take a look at it.
每一间这个自助图书馆的面积呢，大约有40平米。我们给配备图书就是3000多册，大家可以通过这个自助办证机、自助借还机、电子借阅机来阅读图书。这些设备呢，具备呢自助借书、还书、续借、查询、电子图书阅览等功能，可以实现这个图书馆的全天候服务。社区居民只可以足不出户吧，在家门口就能享受到这个阅读给您带来的快乐体验。
我觉得这很方便，小距离，然后看起来就觉得随时就有时间就来看了。
Okay, it's about the self-service library. Now around my families, I didn't have this library around my family yet, but I think one day we will have one. Now, it's time to talk about the nightlife. When Xi'an peoples will ask about where did you spend your nightlife, some people may say, I love to spend with my family. Most of them may suggest this Grand Town Mall to you to visit for the nightlife. The Grand Town Mall is a really huge area. It's only for walking, so we also call it walking street or walking mall. In the daytime, they have the fountains in this Grand Town Mall, but when the sun sets, people start to get some snacks or the food, or to see some shows in this Grand Town Mall. So before we go to the details, let's take a look at the videos of how the Grand Town Mall look like. It's about the video. In the Grand Town Mall, we can see the bridge or the lanterns or the trees, which has a really traditional styles, as well as the buildings. People, they love to wear like Asian people. They wear the Tang suit or the Han suit. And they also love to see some performance in the mall. These pictures we can see two young peoples. They wear the Tang Dynasty suit and they are riding on a seesaw. This beautiful lady, she is famous for her dancing on a seesaw wearing the Tang suit. Now let's take a look at of the video clip. I love the music and I love the smile on her face. And now, she is the tourism image ambassadors in Xi'an because of her beautiful dancing. When you come to Xi'an one day, you will definitely meet her in this Grand Town Mall. Okay, it comes to the final time. People love Xi'an, not only for the residents, but also for the international students. Many foreigners come to Xi'an to pursue a degree or learn Chinese language. They think singing a song in Chinese can tell about their thoughts and their inside voice. Now, let's take a look at this Song of Xi'an People by Ying, who is from Republic of Congo, and it can be the end of our lecture. So I hope by the end of the lectures, you already know the Xi'an and you already know how Xi'an people spend a day here. And please, carry your interests and come to visit Xi'an. You will definitely love the city. See you